Today we visit one of our favorite southeastern gardens to discuss fall color and how to keep your garden vibrant year-round. You won't want to miss it, so stay tuned as we garden smart in Georgia. Autumn is the second spring when every leaf is a flower. That quote from Albert Camus has never been truer than in the foothills of the North Georgia mountains. The rolling hills, abundance of springs and streams, and mature shade trees create a truly unique backdrop for fall color. Today we return to Gibbs Gardens and visit our friend Jim Gibbs. Gibbs Gardens' amazing diversity of trees provide a spectacular display of color during the months of September, October, and November. We'll discover which plants, trees, and shrubs you can use to brighten up your surrounding when summer's over. Jim, welcome back to the show. So good to see you.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Well, today we're talking about fall gardening, and there's so much that happens in the garden that time of year. And many gardeners, in fact, consider the fall their favorite time of year, their favorite season to garden in. Why do you think that is, Jim?
I think the reason everybody enjoys spring and fall, they're both very popular, but the fall of the year, you've been through a hot, usually dry summer, a lot of humidity, and then all of a sudden in the fall, the nights become a little cooler, the days become shorter, and you begin to see changes taking place. And I love to see the changes that occur every day in a garden, but none change more than in the fall of the year. And then I think the thing you have to do is begin to say, well, it's time to plan the garden. Let's really think about what we're going to do for the garden. And it gets down to serious studying of the plant materials you're going to select and what you're going to do, how you're going to design the walkways, where you're going to put your features or your sculptures or whatever you're going to be using. And look around. I mean, look at the different colors that are in there. Every one is a flower, and it's just magnificent. So it excites you. So everybody gets excited in the fall of the year.
As far as fall color goes, it'd be difficult to imagine a category of plants with greater impact than Japanese maples. They are the queens of the garden, and this is the time of year where they really shine. I know for many gardeners, if you start looking at the hundreds and hundreds of cultivars and varieties that exist, it's a little overwhelming. I mean, there are enormous books that have been written about Japanese maples. I'd like to discuss just a way of looking at the category from a standpoint of different textures and different types that help make a little more sense to the home gardener.
Well, of course, here at Gibbs Gardens, we're standing in an area that has over 100 cultivars right where we're standing, and they are beautiful. So there's so many you can select from, and you do have, as you mentioned, gardening books. You can go to those gardening books and look at the colors of the pictures and select what you want. But they have so many, many different textures. But I think when you mention the homeowner, we've got to think about a smaller garden also. Right. So some people only have enough space for maybe 3 Japanese maples, but they love Japanese maples. Then I think it's important to think first about the taller Japanese maple that would be placed in the rear of the garden. And then you would come down in front of that with maybe a size that's a little smaller. And then you work forward to one of your dwarf Japanese dissectum maples that's much lower. So wherever you are, you're building up to the background or coming from the back to you by working your way down.